Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Mint FB, where I do various unboxings, reviews, and the occasional edit or two in the fingerboarding scene. If you enjoy content like that, you're in the right place. Thank you so much for giving my content a try, and make sure you sub at the end if you enjoyed this video. It would really mean a lot. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. I had an impulsive decision just to review all of the grip tapes I've tried thus far over my 4 to probably coming on 5 months of getting back into fingerboarding. Now, I've experienced pretty much every name brand grip there is to offer. I kind of went crazy figuring out what I like, and I really just enjoy supporting the fingerboarding scene overall. So we have 7 to 8 grip tapes to review. I have some of the setups with the grip tapes on it. I'm going to do kind of a random draw order out of this and just ramble my thoughts. So if I'm not really making sense, it's because I don't have anything written down. This is truly just going to be my opinions and my thoughts. Let me know yours about these grip tape companies and grip tapes in the comment section down below. Let's get it cracking, shall we? So let's mix it up. Picking up a random board. We're starting off with my Chems 38mm Eggy with the Ill Pills Big and upgraded hex trucks. This was from their blind bag. This has 1mm black cat on it. From what I know, I think they pack black cat, a 1mm and 0.5mm black cat in with their boards. So I just slapped that on here to try it out. The advantage and what makes this A tier, in my opinion, we're going S, A, and B. There's no and C. Sorry, there's no D's on this list. This is A tier, mainly being the break-in time is very minimal. But what I love about this tape specifically is it's very pillowy. It's very plump. It's hard to describe, and I like pillowy. I've discovered I really like pillowy feeling grips. Again, these are all my opinions. But minimal break-in time, the durability, and it stays pretty dang clean. It hasn't really worn out. I've skated this a lot. It's one of my favorite setups, one of my go-tos that I carry with me to wherever I'm going. But it's that pillowiness, that like squishiness of it. Just feels great on the fingers. Really good grip once it breaks in and very minimal break-in time. It'll pretty much be broken in after your first couple sessions. But that's from my experience. Man, beautiful plies, by the way. Shout out Chems. Really, really good board. Really good grip tape. A tier 1mm black cat. Now, on to the next one. I'm going to try to keep it as short and concise as possible. Shout out Go on the Road. My 38.5 thick boy, I think it's the spicy mold, really have slowly become a fan of this company. Probably one of the mellowest molds I've ever had, especially with this right here. You can tell, very low concave as well. Really fun setup to skate. But this has 1mm FBS smooth on it. Now, FBS Smooth has been touted since the beginning of fingerboarding time, in my opinion, as one of the best grip tapes, and for good reason. This is A tier. Now let me explain why it's not S tier. It'll make more sense later on. But this is A tier. These are the benefits of FBS Smooth. It takes a little bit of time to break in from my personal experience, a couple sessions to break in. But once it breaks in, it is incredibly grippy, incredibly durable, and it never changes. If you're going for long-term holding up, like if you're going for a grip tape that is going to last and you will rarely have to change out your grip tape, FBS Smooth is the way to go. It's the durability. It has a little bit of pillowiness to it too, but once it breaks in really good, it's pretty like hard, but the grippiness never leaves and it lasts forever. So if you just are on a budget and you want a pack of grip tape that's just going to last you forever on each board that you have, FBS Smooth is the one for you, in my opinion, and that is A tier. So Chems 1mm is A tier, FBS Smooth A tier as well. On to the next one. All right, the Doom Lagoon setup. This one's one of my newer setups, but I have not been new to the Doom Lagoon papers. Now, this is a 0.5mm grip tape. I think it's skinnier than that. If you compare it to other 0.5 millimeter grip tapes, this is 100% skinnier than those. But the thing is that this has 0 break-in time, and it's super grippy for how thin it is. This is great for mellow concaved boards. If it's a little too mellow, like you bought a board, it's pretty mellow and you're like, dang, I want to feel the board more, get yourself some Doom Lagoon papers. That's the advantage of this. 0 break-in time, and you instantly can feel the mold of your board way better than any grip tape on this list. 100%. However, like I said, I've been on Doom Lagoon papers for quite some time. I have a Holy Grail board that I used to have this on there, and it wears out quicker than most grip tapes I've experienced. However, it's very cheap compared to other grip tapes. I think it's $6 for a whole pack of them. So you're getting really good bang for your buck, and they still last a decent amount of time. However, in my opinion, and from my personal experience, they don't last as much as other grip tapes on this list. So this is an A. Still, despite that, we have a lot of A's. Everything I'm grabbing is A's so far. But Doom Lagoon papers, definitely worth a try for the price. Advantages, like I said, breaks in instantly. Very thin, allows you to feel your board better than any other grip tape that I've personally experienced. But the one downside is it doesn't last as long. All right, on to the next one. All right, here's my Cowply. First ever Cowply, C2 mold. Some abstract bowls, which are definitely up there with my favorite wheel, 100%. Some Li-Fi inverted Kingpin G4s. You guys know how I love my Li-Fis. This has that tape on it. So that tape, let's just get straight into it, is S tier in my opinion. I love that tape. It's pretty soft, pretty pillowy. Instantaneous break-in. I'd say this breaks in quicker. It literally has no break-in time. That's like one of the things that's on the package. And I was like, yeah, I'll see about that. 100%. No break-in time from my personal experience. This crap is the real deal. Real deal. Pillowy, soft, 1 millimeter, no break-in time. Kind of similar to Doom Lagoon papers though. I'm going to be straight up honest. It doesn't last as long. Now, it doesn't wear out as quick as Doom Lagoon papers, but I definitely think this has one of the shorter lifespans, especially in comparison to FBS Smooth. A shorter lifespan than normal, but not short. Does that make sense? S tier, that tape, definitely one of my go-tos every single time nowadays. Definitely my favorite currently. One of my favorites. Okay. I kept on dropping it. This is my goo deck, my first goo deck. Higher dye mold, obviously. Look at this freaking nature. Holy crap. It's almost, I love high molds, but this is almost too high, to be honest. But this has 0.5 millimeter black cat on it. Now, this was one of the first skinny grip tapes I tried right after Doom Lagoon papers, because I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Doom Lagoon papers rock. Maybe I'm a 0.5 millimeter grip tape boy. But I've got to be honest, this is a B. I don't think this is A for me. The reason being, this took forever to break in. I was not impressed for like the first few weeks of using this setup. I used it not like heavily, but I swear it took forever for this sheet to break in. Now that it's broken in, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is really nice. I like it. But that break-in time is just like too much, honestly. I don't want to endure all of that or just sit here and rub on my grip tape for minutes on end trying to get it to rub on my grip tape. That's a sticker waiting to happen. So that's why it's B. It's not bad. Once you get through that break-in phase, its durability kind of reminds me of FBS Smooth. After that, it's just lasted forever. Very longevity is here with this, but 0.5 millimeter. And this is what made me realize, I was like, Doom Lagoon papers may be one of the outliers. I just like thicker grip tape because I like that pillowiness. I like that softness when I'm skating. Finger skating. It always feels weird saying skating, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Black. It's not bad. It's 100% not bad. I know a lot of people like Black Cat. It's just the break-in time, personally. That's why it's in B for me. All right, the last of my boards, and then I'll get into the rest of the brands as well that I don't have currently set up on my boards. Shout out Baleful, my favorite deck maker in the game, 100%. My first Baleful ever, Popsicle 36 millimeter, with some Rocco FB trucks. These are crazy good for $10. Insane. Great tuning, bass tuning. Abstract Bowls, yet again, tied for my favorite wheel. This has G sheets on it. If you guys missed my G sheets video, please go check it out. It has one of the most crazy experiences / stories that I've ever had in my, in recent memory, at least in my life. Crazy story. Turns out, just as a nutshell, but you guys need the details. Go check out that video after this one. I knew the owner of this company in my freshman year of college. Didn't even know he fingerboarded at that time. We got along really well. And I ordered some G sheets from his website, not knowing it was him. And he contacted me and he's like, dude, do you remember me? I think you bought grip tape from my company. How wild is that? After a decade of not talking, a decade of losing contact, we reconnected through buying this. Anyways, but all biases aside, G sheets, S tier. I was fully prepared to tell him if it was bad, like if I didn't prefer it. I was fully prepared. It would have been awkward, but I was fully prepared, 100%. S tier. Now let me explain. This is 0.8 millimeter. I like 1 millimeter. That's pretty dang close. Second of all, so it's a really unique kind of sizing, in my opinion. Second of all, you will have the cleanest grip jobs with G sheets you will ever have. It just separates so well while you're filing it down. It separates so well, leaves no adhesive around it. It was actually insane. It's the cleanest grip jobs you will ever have. 100%. Way cleaner than that tape. That's why it's S tier as well. It's also not very porous. The break-in time, it will take one session. A solid 15 to 30 minute session. This will break in perfectly. It's extremely grippy. However, it's not that pillowy. It's pretty hard, honestly. It kind of reminds me of FBS Smooth once it's really broken in. But this just is broken in after one session. After 15 minutes, it's already broken in. But it does not get dirty. TC Gene was right. This stuff does not get dirty, and I think it's because it's not very porous. It just feels like a super grippy, just sheet of grip tape that's super clean to put on, and the longevity of it so far, after a week, just feels brand new. This is my go-to alongside that tape. If you catch me in these streets, you're catching me with one of these two, G sheets or that tape on my boards. Now, if G sheets was in 1 millimeter, I'm afraid it would probably overtake that tape because the longevity, I can already tell, the longevity of this grip tape is going to be longer than that tape. I like the pillowiness, but the grip of this, the longevity of it, as well as the cleanness of just gripping a board is unmatched. I'm actually blown away. So shout out G Sheets for even making it. I thought that tape would literally never have a competitor, and they're tied currently. If that 1 millimeter G Sheets, we'll reassess. Now China tape, obviously C tier. It just gets the job done. Takes forever to break in. I do have a board with China tape on it. I forgot. Here's the board with China tape on it. It broke in really well, but it literally took weeks and weeks to break in. I don't know what kind of China tape it was, but it's not breaking down. It's just very hard. It's not soft. It's not pillowy. It's just hard as a rock, but grippy. Super grippy. It took weeks. I just slapped this on a trade because I didn't have any grip tape at the time. Kept it on since because it broke in and it feels good now. But China tape, it's either the longevity's not there and it just wears out so fast, or it never breaks in, or it takes forever to break in. That's why it's in C tier. I mean, gets the job done, but it's just like a placeholder for later. But I've just kept it on here because I'm just used to it. Now, I currently have 0 setups with ducky tape on it anymore. Now, I love the regular ducky tape. I think showing off a top ply is super cool. I went through a phase of looking for top ply decks. And it's fun. You can get crazy grip off of regular ducky tape. However, I am going to put it in B tier, mainly because you have to clean it off constantly. It gets dirty super easy, which is unfortunate in my opinion. It's just kind of a pain. You have to clean it off because it never feels just right unless you clean it off. You have to clean it off every session. So that's kind of a bummer. It's very thin, so it almost makes you feel the board too much, as weird as that sounds. And switching to a foam, like using another like foam grip tape after using ducky tape, it's very jarring. It's a hardcore switch from one to the other, which is unfortunate as well. And that's why it's in B tier. I know some people only ride ducky tape, and I respect it. I really do. There's nothing else like it. No, like definitely a pioneer in the game. And I really like it. If you have a sweet top ply, use ducky for sure. Now, frosted ducky, on the other hand, I think that's A tier. I think the frosted ducky is probably the more popular of the two. It just sucks that it's not as clear as the regular one. However, it's thicker. It's thicker. You don't have to clean it off with like water or anything. It's easier to clean off. It does get dirty though. It's easier to clean off, in my opinion. It's thicker, and it's not as grippy, and it's not as jarring going from frosted ducky to a foam grip, if that makes sense. So that's why that's above regular ducky tape, in my opinion. So just to recap at the end, this is getting really long. We're going to wrap it up. FBS Smooth is an A tier. G Sheets, S tier. China Tape, C tier. That Tape, S tier. 1mm Black Cat, A tier. Doom Lagoon Papers, A tier. 0.5mm Black Cat, B tier. And Ducky Tape, B tier. And Frosted Ducky Tape, A tier. So, there's all of the stuff. I hope you guys agree or disagree with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sorry that this got a little long, but I just thought it would be really fun. And I'm impulsive, so I do what I feel is going to be fun. So, whatever. All right. Thanks for making it to the end. I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.